Welcome back to the channel. If you rockin' with Young Dolph, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let me know where y'all from and who you a fan of. Let's get right into this, man. Welcome back to the channel, man. So it was the driver of the Bentley truck who gave the information leading to the capture of the 11 CMG members and Yo Gotti, man. And so you wouldn't believe what happened, man. So the feds pulled up. They seen the CMG dudes doing the whole meeting for the video and everything like that. Yo Gotti just touched down. They was working on the Moneybagg Yo, blacyoungsta. Everybody was there. They were doing the whole CMG thing. Next thing you know, feds roll up. They start skirting tires, pull out the black trucks 20 deep. They came out in tactical gear. It was dudes jumping off the roof, crawling out the sewer drains. They was putting cuff on everybody, man. And they were like, yep, we gotta round y'all up. We just got an informant that says they could actually point out the people who was the masterminds of the Dolph thing. So they had an informant riding in a truck, all tinted out. They lined all the dudes up and they had him point at exactly who's the one that did it. And when the dude rolled the window down, the Fed rolled the window down and told the guy to point at it. And when they revealed his face, it was Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook. I told y'all, man, they was gonna end up telling on each other. The loyalty is so thin when it comes to the streets because nobody want to go down and do 200 years for nothing, especially when they're the ones that didn't even think of it. They didn't even go and slide, or they're not the ones who actually pulled and everything. So now, the breakthrough is here, man. The justice for Dolph is coming. Now that they got Yo Gotti and his brother telling on each other, this is a thing where they're going to pin it on the one main dude. You know how the feds work. They got a 99% success rate. And most of the time, they're trying to go for the head of the snake. So they get all the little guys, all the CMG members that they have got, all the Devin Burns dude, Cornelia Smith, Justin Johnson. There's so many more people. Shondell Barnett. It's a lot of people who had something to do with it. And all of them that got snatched up for the last 2 years, every single one of them, they sat them down in that interrogation room. They put the lamp on them. They told them, hey, we got you cornered. We know exactly what you did. We got your fingerprints on it, and you were caught in 4K. So they gave them the option. They either gonna have to give some information up to get their time reduced and cooperate, or they gonna have to take the whole thing and get all the blame for it and sit down for years and years and years, man. When they're throwing football numbers at these dudes, 100 years, 200 years, 50 years, you know, all these things where once they get in that room, they break down. No more, oh, it's loyalty, I'm never going to tell on CMG. All that stuff that they talked about in the streets, all that stuff that they said in their meetings, talk about they going to have each other's back, they never going to rat on their brothers and everything like that. That all gets thrown out the window when the feds come knocking, and they have a lot of questions for people, especially when they actually were either on the scene, provided money, provided the Bentley truck, anything that happened. And now everything is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. So what y'all gotta understand is that once they put this whole thing together, they already got the dudes telling on each other. They started looking into this, and the people who was part of it started breaking. That's how they know that everybody moved way too sloppy. Everybody moved so sloppy that the 1 minute that they start catching on, they go ahead and spill all the beans. The one moment that they get them in the interview room, they giving away everything that happened. They telling them minute by minute who did what and all of that, because they don't want to take the blame for this, man. And at the end of the day, man, they should have left Young Dolph alone, because if y'all think that Young Dolph got set up, let me know, because a lot of people think that it was something that went on, man, that a lot of people aren't explaining, and people are getting down to the bottom of it, man. They're finding out about the U-Haul. They just found out how the U-Haul had a whole dent in the inside of it, and how it was people who was in the U-Haul trying to grab somebody and put them in the back of a shop or something like that. So the people who have seen it, why isn't the security camera footage come out yet showing the U-Haul backing in to the back of the cookie shop? Because the cookie shop just got brand new 4K cameras. So how come they didn't release any of them showing Dolph actually pulling up? If they said that his car was in the front, parked in that front parking spot like that, Young Dolph never goes in forward. He backs the car in and looks backwards. He uses his rear view mirror. He has a backup camera in his car. The Corvette, that brand new 2020 C8 Chevrolet Corvette, has a backup mirror camera. And so Dolph doesn't pull in forward. So whoever pulled that car in forward, they didn't do it the way that Dolph was doing it. That's how people knew already that something was fluke about this, man. It was some flim-flam going on about the whole situation, man. Dolph don't pull his car in like that. Plus, why isn't it pulled all the way to the front? It looked like somebody drove it that didn't know how to drive it. Exactly. So a lot of people know for a fact that they need that footage. We all need that footage, man. If they don't release that footage, then we know for sure that something went down over there that they trying to hide, man. Why wouldn't somebody release the footage if they saying it went the way that it did, man? Man, we need that footage, man. That Dolph footage is gonna show everything. If they don't show that Dolph footage, if they don't show that ADT Dolph footage, ADT is the company that's running the whole security camera footage. If you didn't know, the cookie shop, they changed their cameras 2 weeks before Dolph got hit up. They had dudes come through the back door, hit a lick on the register, and they caught it on camera, but the cameras was too blurry. So what they did was that they got the ADT security company to come put the cameras and install them onto the cookie shop. Various cameras, one over here, one over there. It could capture every moment of the Dolph incident. But for some reason, with all of them cameras seeing everything, we don't get to see any of that because of the fact that they haven't released it. So they said they didn't want to release the footage because it would show way too much of the gruesome, whatever the things that happen might be too much to show. But the thing is you don't got to show the bad parts. You could just show the Dolph pulling up in the car, allegedly, right? If he pulled up in the car like that, then why don't you show us him walking into the door under his own will? They said Dolph was on his phone in the corner of the cookie shop, right by the glass, where the glass broke. If the camera was right there, it would have captured Dolph texting on his phone or taking that phone call. So if he was really in that corner, then why don't y'all show him the minutes right before everything happened of him just standing there and doing what y'all said he was doing, which is on his phone, calling and texting and everything like that. So that's the thing that we saying, man. This ADT footage, who know at this point, it's been so long that the third-party security company, they might be the one who's in possession of the footage right now. Because if you really understand what's going on and how these security companies work, the footage from the security footage for the business, they legally have to save that footage for 48 hours because for first 48, if something happens, the feds got to come down there and get that first 48 footage. But after the 48 hours, everything is stored into the cloud server for the whole ADT and them. So ADT, they got the footage. They could do whatever they want with it. They could sell it. They could chop it up. They could make it blurry in the parts that they don't want you to see who did this. The two dudes running out the back of the cookie shop, they could cut that part out and blur it. They could blur out the license plate on the 901 Trigger Trade Ford truck that pulled up on the side of Family Dollar. Speaking of that, Family Dollar got security cameras too. They ain't new to this game. They got cameras up in there. So why isn't it that they haven't released none of the footage of the people actually pulling up to the Dolph scene? Like, we need to see that Lincoln parking in the dust so we know exactly what time everything started. This whole thing got kicked off when that Lincoln showed up. When the Lincoln pulled up, that's when the U-Haul came following it right after, man. And the whole security footage will show everything, but they don't want to release it to you guys, man. They trying to keep the Young Dolph footage from you guys, and that's the one thing that we trying to advocate to get, because how are we going to have justice for Young Dolph if we can't get the footage, man? They need to give us the footage. They got to release this Dolph footage so that everybody could see what really went on, because a lot of the people in Memphis think that Dolph was set up. They not believing how it was going. They know that it was some other people that was up in there and that they don't want to talk about them. A lot of the witnesses too scared to come out and say what really happened. The witness that recorded everything, her boyfriend went missing and she had something happen to her too. So all of the right people who was in certain places you can't use them. They're not reliable no more. We can't see the camera footage. We can't get a hold of the eyewitness that was first there and like actually verifying and recording everything, man. And then all of a sudden, while all that's going on, the Bentley truck is driving laps and circles around the whole place, dropping Yo Gotti off at the airport and everything like that. So we know that something went on down there, and they don't want to show the camera footage of it because they know that that's going to expose everything that went down, man. I want to send my condolences to Young Dolph. RIP to Flipper, RIP to Young Dolph, man. If y'all actually rocking with Dolph, go ahead and put the dolphin emoji in the comment section. Let me know, the appreciation and everything, because we got to figure out what happened to Young Dolph, the justice for Dolph. As we keep going in, we keep seeing more things happening. How come they got 9 to 10 suspects locked up for it, but when the first report came out, they said they had no leads? Then they locked up 2 guys and said that was it. Those were the guys that did it. It's no more to the story. The next thing you know, they get 8 other people. So what did they do? Where were they in the footage? And how come we don't get to see the footage of them? If everything was happening, then we should be able to see how Dolph arrived, how the other people arrived, the Lincoln, what time the cookie shop got opened up at, because a lot of people think that cookie shop was open overnight, like they was preparing for something. They said they had a lot of cookies to do for the catering orders. They said they had delivery vans non-stop pulling into the cookie shop. That's a clue right there. What delivery vans? A U-Haul could be a delivery van. So if they had delivery vans pulling up there all night and it's the security camera showing that, then they know that they preparing where it makes it look like they got all these trucks coming in so that when the U-Haul pulls in, it don't look suspicious. You see what I'm saying? They really tried to think through with this one, man. They really tried to do that. They made it look like the people who was coming out of the trucks with the crates with the cookies and the dollies, they used the same dolly when they came out the U-Haul truck, and whatever that was in that big black trash bag, it looked like 6'2" tall, man, and they wheeled them into the back of the cookie shop. And so that's why they don't want to show the camera footage, because it's gonna show all of those shenanigans going down and everything happening, man. So once again, I want to say we need to get the justice for Young Dolph. We need to get them security camera footage from ADT, from the cookie shop, from the Family Dollar, everywhere, man. We need all of that, because at this point, they should have showed it. Any other thing that happened in America, in this whole country, they be showing you on the news with a little warning in the front, and that's it. But for some reason, they don't want to show us any of the Dolph footage. They don't even want to show you a 1 split second of it. That's how you know it's something that went down that's completely and totally different than what they reported on. And that's all I got to say about this. If you subscribe to this channel, you're going to find out exact more updates on the next upcoming videos.